Yeah, guys, so the big thing here lawmakers are going to be diving into next week is infrastructure and looking at a major prison construction project. But some argue building new facilities is just one piece of addressing issues with Alabama prisons. All eyes will be on the state capitol as Governor Kay Ivey calls lawmakers back to Montgomery to focus on one topic: prisons.
Federal courts had lawsuits against us, and they're getting closer and closer to wanting to intervene. And that's something we just cannot let happen.
The Department of Justice has sued Alabama over conditions in state prisons. But it's not just aging infrastructure. Some say understaffing and overcrowding need to be addressed as well. Other reforms are also necessary. The prison problem is an issue that lawmakers have tried to tackle in the past.
I think the dialogue's different. I think there's also a sense of urgency.
Former state lawmaker and the director of Alabama's Bureau of Pardons and Paroles, Cam Ward, is optimistic about the special session, saying he thinks we'll see lawmakers determined to work toward a solution. He says the general consensus is building 2 new men's prisons, each with 4,000 beds.
One in Escambia County, one in Elmore County, that would include a great deal increase in programming space, which is what the federal courts have been talking about, dealing with health care, and better mental health services for those who are incarcerated.
Director Ward notes more job training and mental health services could also be offered by using an existing facility in Perry County. That facility could house 700 people.
We would use that in a way for those who are currently on parole and maybe are at risk of going back to prison. Instead of going back to prison, using that as a way to treat the underlying illness they have. Maybe it's mental health, maybe it's substance abuse or something else. Using that as a way to reduce recidivism and keep people from going back to prison anyway. But you've got to do that through programming as opposed just to a simple incarceration, as opposed to some jail or prison.
In terms of paying for the roughly $1.3 billion project, lawmakers are looking at 3 different funding sources.
The current proposal looks like is more of a tiered structure where you had some money from the general fund budget where there was some excess growth last year, some money from the American Care, the recovery money that's coming down from the federal government, and some money that would be bond related.
A couple of things to note this afternoon with regard to the timeline. First, the timeline of the special session. Director Ward thinks it could take about a week or so, saying that it's really the only issue on the agenda for lawmakers. And if lawmakers give it the green light, Ward says it could be a couple of years likely before we see the first prison finished.